Well, hi guys, Mark here, and welcome today to a review on the Ducati Multistrada 1200. Stay tuned and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Okay then, welcome to a review on the mighty Ducati Multistrada 1200. This is a 2012 model and this has done about 35,000 miles. You pick up one of these for around about 5,000, maybe a bit more. This is the S touring model, which comes with the Brembos and the electronic Öhlins suspension front and rear. This one also has the colour matched top box, and it comes also with the panniers which sort of mount down here. So these first sort of came out in about 2010, this particular model. It ran till about 2015 till it was replaced by the DVT model. I actually had a 2010 as well, a white one, and I took that all around Germany for about 5 days, and it's probably one of the most comfortable bikes I've ever been on. You know, 8-10 hours in that seat is absolutely fantastic. For some reason, this particular seat fits me probably better than any other bike I've ever ridden. It's probably the most comfortable bike I've experienced. So this comes with, you know, the brilliant Brembo brakes. Got Öhlins fully adjustable suspension, which is electronic. You've got sport, touring, enduro and urban modes. You can also set it up for rider with passenger, rider with luggage, that sort of thing. So the star of the show on this bike is obviously this engine. It's got an 1198cc L twin, which is incredible performance, very visceral bike to ride, booming engine, absolutely incredible. It's got 150 claimed engine horsepower, which is going to be about 135 at that rear wheel, but it's all about the torque, between about 4,000 and 7,000 in the mid-range. This bike is absolutely incredible. 118 Newton meters of torque at 7,500 RPM. Single-sided swing arm, which is really nice to look at, nice detail there. The standard exhaust is very loud, very raucous, so that's great. So 120, 190 tyres on this. This is currently fitted with the Pirelli Scorpion Trail, which work very well on this bike. And one of the good things about the Multistrada is it's a lot lighter than the other 1200cc bikes in the category. So say you're comparing it with like the Tiger 1200, which is an amazing bike, that weighs in sort of 240 kilos, something like that, maybe more. The Versus 1000 is about 250. This is 192 kilograms dry weight. So add all your fluid and weight, it's going to come into sort of just over 200, but it's still very much lighter and it feels very light to ride. Brilliant handling. Manually adjustable screen, up and down about 100mm, really nice big screen, hand guards. It's a very comfortable bike to ride. Obviously upside down forks there. 6-speed gearbox, this one's fitted with a centre stand. Underneath the rear seat here, quite a bit of storage under there. So quite a tall seat on this. 850mm. 20 litre fuel tank on these. It's quite a big engine. You're going to get between 40 and 45 to a gallon out of it, so probably about 150 mile tank range before the lights come on. So as I said earlier, this is an 850mm seat. It's quite wide, but it's very comfortable. I'm 5'7" tall, 170 centimetres, with about a 30-inch inside leg, and I've got sort of the balls of my feet are down. Heels are about 2 inches off the ground there, but the bike feels nice and light, easy to handle. The bike feels really light on board, so it's not really a problem, even though I've not got my feet fully down. Very comfortable leg position, plenty of room there. So all in all, for 5'7", I'm absolutely fine. Got that sort of typical beak that so many of these bikes have. Standard bulbs in there, not LEDs. So service intervals on these, you've got 7,500 mile service intervals, or 12,000 kilometres. But say if you're in the market for sort of a very, very exciting to ride, equipped, long-legged adventure motorbike, you know, this is quite a phenomenal piece of kit. It really does go every bit as good as it looks. So we'll look at the LCD dash in a minute. Fuses in there, little tiny cubby hole there. And there you are, guys. Right, let's do this test ride. Welcome aboard the mighty Ducati Multistrada 1200. So when you sit on this bike, compared to other big 1200 adventure bikes, it feels quite light, and it's got superb handling with the Olin suspension. So just run through all the controls, and bear in mind this is a 2010 design bike, so it's 15-year-old design. So over here you've got your headlight flasher, that's sort of like your menu scroll, and up and down there. Indicators, enter into the menu button there. Horn, this one's had Oxford grips fitted because I think the originals failed. Over this side, that's your sort of start and power up switch, and that's it really. That's your unlock system there. Sort of if it all goes wrong and you can't get into the bike, there's a button in there which you can press. Little cubby holes down in there, fuses, and there. Manually adjustable screen which goes up and down about 100mm. So keyless ignition on this, so keys in my pocket, push down here, that powers up the pretty comprehensive LCD dash. This has done 35,000 miles, that 17,000 there, it had a clock change some time ago. Sometimes these clocks missed up. So loads of information there, traction control, engine temperature, there's your revs, your gear. If you press here, it can take you into all the different modes: sport, touring, urban, enduro. You can press again and that takes you into whether you're like rider, passenger, rider, luggage, 2 people, and then you can even then go into that even more and adjust all the suspension for damping, rebound and compression and all that sort of stuff. So pretty impressive. So start it up. Straight away you got that lovely L-twin booming engine, which is absolutely phenomenal, and away we go. So hydraulic clutch, which is quite heavy. It's quite a beefy bike to ride, shall we say. It's definitely not a shrinking Violet. These are a little bit lumpy below 3,000. You have to sort of feather the clutch a bit, a little bit lumpy, but above 3,000 they smooth out. So above 3,000 that tidal wave of torque comes in, and these things absolutely boom and bellow down the road. And for a big bike, the way they tip into corners is absolutely superb. Suspension is fantastic. Ride quality over the bumps is absolutely superb. Brakes are good, we'll try those in a sec. Going down the gearbox, all good. It's just the sound of this engine. Alright, we'll just have a little cruise to begin with and just talk through the bike. So big mirrors, quite clear, little tiny bit of vibration in them, but you'd expect that from such a big booming V-twin. And I can see a little tiny bit of my elbows, but on the whole a good view behind there. So really nice big screen on this bike in the highest position. I like screens like this that give you lots of protection. The wind's going right over my helmet, and it's a very, very calm area of wind here. You could literally ride this all day long, and I have done years ago on one of these, 8-10 hours, no problem whatsoever. So comfort riding position, big wide bars, totally upright, loads of leg room if you were a tall guy at 6 foot. Superbly comfortable seat, good for a passenger on the back. You've got three bag luggage option on the back there, top box and panniers. So superb, you know, luggage carrying capability. No cruise control on this, which is a shame, but you know, it is a 14-year-old design. So we're just going to try the front brakes out. We've got Brembos up front. Oh, very strong indeed, very strong. So down to second, going to open it up. Oh wow, it just absolutely guns and bellows through that mid-range. What a noise. And once you're above that 3000, it's pretty smooth. You can just feel big power pulses coming through the foot pegs, not in a nasty way. So opening it up at any revs, this bike just flies down the road with masses of urgency. But round the bends, these Pirelli tyres feel great. The chassis is incredibly composed. These are very, very good, fun, high-speed sort of mile muncher bikes, which are now very affordable. Ducati reliability has improved a lot over the years. You get the odd quirky thing go wrong with these, you know, like the dash needed to be changed, things like that. But on the whole, if you have these serviced, they're very reliable. Back brakes, about average, not too bad. So I'm just going to put it down to fourth, slow it down a bit, open it up in fourth. As you can see, instant power and torque with that fantastic soundtrack. So second gear, yeah, it's pretty ferocious, that engine. What's so staggering about it is it's got so much power from sort of 4, 5 and 6,000. It's just a wonderful engine. But just sort of steady touring like this, cruising along, incredibly relaxed engine. We'll take it on a dual carriageway later on. These brakes are really strong. Not quite as strong as like modern Brembo standards, but on the whole very good. I just love the way this thing just turns into the corners. For a big adventure style bike, it's got incredibly good handling. It's an absolute blast to ride. You do want to keep it above 3000 if you can, and it pulls really well then. So what's the Multistrada like at the slightly higher speeds? So here we are, 70 miles an hour, We're doing just a nice relaxing 4,000 RPM. The engine's just thumping away beneath me. No nasty vibrations at all. Superb wind protection on my hands, my body, virtually no wind at all. It's lovely. Very, very stable. It's still got that slight light feeling, which is nice on a bike of this sort of size. If I open it up in top, this thing absolutely rockets right up to about 150 top speed. So yeah, very, very impressive cruising ability there on the Multistrada. Effortless, 4,000 RPM in top gear, about 70, brilliant. Right, so we're just coming into a 30 limit, just to see what the big old Multistrada's like at the lower speeds. Obviously this is a big booming V-twin. This is not its sort of happy place really, but there we go, that third gear, just feathering the throttle. It does sort of hunt and surge a little bit. You can get that remapped out if you want to, but if you just kind of just feather the throttle, 2,500 revs at 30 mile an hour, it will do it. But obviously it's not designed really for town use. It's more of a big open road machine. But if you just kind of get it just right, it will hold 30 reasonably well without too much sort of banging and crashing from down below in the drivetrain. So there we are guys, the Multistrada sitting reasonably happy at 30, but you know, it's got a great visibility, it's nice and tall, it's got great control, so in that respect it's brilliant. So if you need to, you can do the slower speeds on the big old Multistrada. Right, so we're just going to wrap it up here guys. I hope you enjoyed the review on the Multistrada 1200. Quite an incredible piece of kit, a very, very capable long-legged, I don't know if you call it a sports tourer, adventure tourer. Affordable now as well, about £5,000. You can probably pick up the base model, which is non-electronic suspension. You can get those probably for about 4,000. But absolutely stonking engine, incredibly powerful, visceral experience. Really does kind of attack your soul, this bike. Ducatis have got so much character. This one just booms away. Fantastic fun. Right, so let's just go in here and have a final look round, shall we? First gear and neutral, all very easy. Look at that little dash there, tons of information there, and of course the sound check. Oh, beautiful. Right, just let you have a look at the lights and indicators up front. And there you have it guys. So a superb machine, looks good, very comfortable, tons of power, very capable touring machine. You know, if you have the panniers on as well there. Let's just see what it's like onto the centre stand. Nice and easy, so that's all good. And even though it is a mighty big machine, it's actually quite easy to push about. Nice passenger seat there, grab handles, nice backrest there for your passenger, so fully equipped in that respect. So lovely deep Ducati red paintwork there. You know, this bike's what, 12 years old, something like that, 35,000 miles, and it's still If I stand back, still looking decent, isn't it? So incredible engine, tons of power, loads of torque and character. Very, very good electronic suspension on this. It really does float over the bumps superbly. Öhlins, Brembo brakes. But yeah, quite an incredible machine. One of the most comfortable riding positions and seats I've ever experienced on a bike. This fits me an absolute treat. This does. So there you are, guys. Ducati Multistrada. Have you got one of these? Have you had one? What are your thoughts? Obviously 2015 onwards it was superseded by the DVT model, which is much smoother, but this one has tons of character. So anyway, guys, please post your comments down below, give me a like, share and subscribe. Catch you again in a week or so for another review. All the best and bye for now.